Hello, I'm going to show you how to access the Nautilus call report from the Nautilus Cloud Phone bot. Now the Nautilus Cloud Phone portal can be accessible through this website, which is pbx.nautilus-network.com/cdr states. On the portal, key in the user ID, and password. You can get your user ID and password from your technician. Now on the main page of the site, you will see the dashboard. The dashboard consists of four sections. The first section is the call counter, and the call counter consists of the total call, total inbound calls, total outbound calls, and the unique callers. At your right hand side, you will see the call duration. This is where you see all the number of calls that's made by their durations, and it consists of the total minutes, total inbound minutes, total outbound minutes, average inbound calls duration, average outbound call duration. And the one of the section that's most important is the select extension. On the select extension, select the number of extension that you wish to review and select the time frame that you wish to define on your search. Click on display report, and the report will then generate the call activity that was made in your phone environment. The call report consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs. The first tab is the outbound tabs. The outbound tabs consist of all outgoing calls that were made by your phone. In this case, you have 3 extensions. In this 3 extensions, you are able to define the calls that were made outbound in this respect to the outbound calls, and you can see the missed calls. You can see missed call by percentage. You can see the billable time. The billable time is basically the call compositions of the call. The billable time by percentage, the average duration, and the average duration is all about the average duration based on the billable time. The total ring time, which is also crucial whenever you need to know your pickup time of your calls, and the average ring time. Moving forward on our next development, we'll be adding the costing to it, so you can see the total number of calls that were made and their cost. Right below on the extension, this is where you can see the calls record of each calls that were made by this extension. So that means to say extension 1006 has made 6 calls, and within this 6 call you can see the call records and the call that was made by 1006. Now in each call record you can see the date, the from, which is technically 1006, and the to, which is the call that was made out to, the billable time, the ring time, and the answered. That is considered disposition. And disposition is basically known as what has happened after the call, whether the call was answered or not answered. This is defined as the disposition. And the most important part is the call recording. This is where you can download the call recording and play it on your media player. The next section on this page will be the chart. The page, the reports also show the calls that were made by the extension based on the chart format. You can see the total outgoing call based on the extensions. You can see the total duration of the call based on the extensions. Now if you look at this axis, you are able to see that these are the numbers that was made. So for example, extension 1006 has made 6 calls, and you can see that the bar has hit 6. Here extension 1001 has made a total of 18 calls, and you can see its respective information on the chart. Here in the call duration, you are able to see the calls that were made based on its duration. And that means to say if for 1006, extension 1006 here, it shows that 106 has made 182 seconds of call conversation on the call, and here it falls within respective measurement. The next chart will be the chart where you see the total number of outgoing call and incoming call. Okay. On the next step, you'll see the inbound calls. So all calls that comes into the system and rings the phone are considered inbound calls. When the phone rings, that is an inbound calls. So here we can see that there are, on extension 1001, he has received 14 inbound calls, and from 14 inbound calls, 3 of them was missed. So you can see the information such as the percentage of missed calls, percentage by billable time, this here, and you can also see the billable time as well, which is the call duration, and you can see the average duration. Moving forward, we have the total ring time and the average ring time. And similar to the outbound calls, the inbound calls will have its own chart. And the chart, you can see the total calls are received by the extension. You can see the total duration, and last of all, the inbound and outbound calls made within this stipulated time. The combined report will show you information about all incoming and outgoing call within a categorized time. That's to say, if you wish to see a call made by the extension, you can see that information here. But moving forward down, you will be able to see information such as the chart as well. And not just categorized time, but also the nature of the call. So you can see information such as the inbound calls and outgoing calls within this page. The detailed call report will show you every calls that were made in the company within that time frame that you have set. So if you have set for 1 day, you'll see a call detail report of 1 day, all packed within this report. The distribution report is also a very important report. It allows a user to see information based on per month, per week, per day, and even hours as well. This is one of my favorite parts because in this report you can see how many calls were made at the most within a day. So let's say, for example, if your business is in the operation of providing services to the customer, you'll find that the peak hours in this case would be that in this regards would be from 1 to 1:59, and you can see that there's a total number of 9 calls. So the hourly report allows you to define what is your peak time for the number of calls that was made in the company. Moving forward, you'll see the distribution by hour, you will see the distribution by day of week, you also see the distribution by user. Last of all, you have the trunk report. The trunk report is basically a very summary report of the total number of calls that were made by the company. Not based on the number of total calls, but based on the concurrent calls that were made by the company. So here it will show you the highest concurrent call that was made within the company. If you see that there's 5 here, the figure here, that means it shows you that this company has made a total highest concurrent call of 5. And that's all for the call report. Thank you very much.